Hi, I'm Eric. I filled my phone and welcome to another video. Today we're finally getting into the debut album of Phoebe Bridgers. I listened to Punisher way back on this channel. First reaction video I did back in July. And honestly, I think I just got pushed more by a lot of other people requesting a lot of different other albums. But it's time to get sad, get slow, get vibing with Phoebe again. And I'm really excited to see what the prequel of Punisher has to offer. I'm definitely very excited to see what the pre-evolution is basically, because I've heard that Punisher is a big step away from where she was before. And so I'm really excited to see what she started with. Thank you for requesting this video, and let's get into it. Track number 1 is Smoke Signals. Okay, starting off chill. I went up to the place you grew up. Nothing's changed, LA's alright. Ooh, this is definitely very ambient. The you. Ooh, I love how she's saying smoke. Ooh, I'm hearing a little bit of soft percussion in the back. I like that. Slept inside of it because you're dead? What? You must have been looking for me. Bring trash out on the beach. That's how she's sending smoke signals. She wants to live where someone else makes the bed. Ooh, that sounds like a meteor or rocket. Speeding because the cops? Okay. It's coming up lavender? What? I'm a concrete wall. Okay. Oh, a lovely fade out to start out. So that was Smoke Signals, and that was a beautiful way to enter the album. Definitely had that very chill acoustic vibe that I feel like we got a lot from on Better Oblivion Community Center, her work with Connor Oberts. So we can tell that some of that was more on the Phoebe end, and it definitely gives that chill acoustic vibe that I think we're experienced to hearing on pre-Punisher Phoebe stuff. And it's nice, it's calming, it's relaxing, and it's a busy week for me, so I'm glad that we're quieting down a little bit. Lyrically, there's a lot to unpack, and again, I'm not a full-on analysis channel by any means, so don't expect that I'm going to say a ton of meaningful stuff. I get a lot of it from Genius Lyrics, so thank you to the community who makes it all possible. But it seems like she's talking to her ex-lover, and I think his name is on there. I think he still plays drums for her in concert, which is wow, so you guys ended on good terms. But she's musing over the idea that that person must have been looking for her and trying to send a smoke signal to her by burning trash on the beach. And that's just a cool, interesting thing. You get into that romantic wistfulness, hopefulness that you're spending your whole life looking for someone, but then it's also this really sad reality of you're literally burning trash on a beach, the pollution of all of that. There's talk about death as well, talk about family issues as well on here. Talking about the modern police state, all of that. So definitely it sets the tone for the album, which is sad, depressing, but I don't know, it is still a very calm type song that I can see myself vibing to in the future, when I'm in that mood. Track number 2 is Motion Sickness, which I believe is currently her most streamed song on Spotify, so I'm excited to hear it for the first time. Oh, okay. We got a little bit more disco rock influence. I like how she starts with "I hate you for what you did." I hardly feel anything. Wow, that is such a Phoebe mood. You give me $1,500 to see your hypnotherapist? I have emotional motion sickness. Sorry it all went down like it is. So it is an apology song. Guess it's too late to change it now. Oh, that's a shift. Oh, percussion. Let's go. Wonder what would happen if I surrendered to this sound. Okay. Oh, wow. It's a quick fade. So that was motion sickness and a bop. Like, sad bop, but bop nonetheless. Like, this might be one of her most up-tempo songs I've heard from her. And it sounds really good. I can see why it's played a lot because I already want to play it again. Like, it's groovy. Like, it's got that disco rock, like, almost like a more rock version of, like, Don't You of Taylor Swift's From the Vault, Fearless. Like, I don't know. I get very similar vibes, like, but instead of, like, pop, it's more rock and more alternative. And it sounds really good, though. And I really enjoy it. I just want to hear it again. Lyrically, it's about, like, an abusive ex. I believe his name is Ryan Adams. And Ryan helped. Wait, is it the Ryan that I've heard on the radio before? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe that's a different Ryan Adams. That sounds like a name that could be really common, be multiple people. But I do not know. So I will find out and I will put that on the screen and you'll know too. But lyrically, it's about, like, an ex and saying how she misses him, but she also doesn't feel anything. And so she's going really back and forth. And apparently, this Ryan had, like a disease that gave him the feeling of real motion sickness. And so she's saying that this relationship gave her, like, an motion sickness of, like, her fluctuating a lot. And, like, how that was very destabilizing. And how, that harmed her. And so she doesn't want to get back, but she's also wondering at the end if she just surrendered to the sound and got back. Like, would that be better? And so I would say no. I think she knows that it's a no as well. But I think for her maintenance of her brand as that sad singer, like, she keeps that ending in to, make it more sad. Rather than, like, I'm a strong woman who doesn't need this guy in my life. But overall, I thoroughly enjoy the song. It's so good. Like, it's fun, even if it's, like, sad. And I can just definitely see myself listening to it again and again. Track number 3 is Funeral. So I'm guessing we're going to get much sadder. Very electric for a funeral. Oh, we went real acoustic real quick. For a kid a year older than me, so it was premature. I have a dream where I'm screaming underwater. I don't believe in that stuff anymore. When I bored myself to tears. Wow. She's so blue all the time, but we knew that. I'm doing nothing again. Ooh. So that was Funeral and a sad song. As expected. Not as sad as I thought it would be. Because, like, I don't know, when I think of, a song called Funeral, like, I expected it to be, I don't know, like real sad, very like memorializing that person. But I think this one is more, like it's sad, but like you get a little bit fooled by like the acoustic guitar. And yeah, so apparently, according to Phoebe, this song is about like a close friend of hers that died of an overdose, which is real sad. Like it is, dying young, dying of a drug overdose is not like a joke in any way. And like she's thinking about how sad and depressed she is, but at least like she's still alive. At least, it's not like a relative of hers that was the one. And so there is a sense of like feeling like grateful, but she still is going to feel that depressed state of, oh, I've always felt so blue. I always will feel so blue. And that might be the depression talking, or, according to a lot of her songs, it seems like she generally has that chronic depression. So, like, it's one of those, maybe a combination of those explanations. But, like, I enjoyed the song more. I definitely could see myself listening to it again. It didn't feel as sad as a song that like would be like too sad for me to regularly listen to. If that makes sense. Track number 4 is Demi Moore. Oh, that's an interesting sound. I can't sleep and I miss your face. Tell me what you'll do, like in an intimate way. No, I'm too tired to go to sleep. I feel that. Don't want to be alone anymore. Common sad feeling. This feels almost like a banjo. Is that what's playing? So that was Demi Moore. And that was a quiet number. Like, even more quiet than Funeral, which I feel like is the type of song that, would be quiet. But it's about being alone. Typical. And yeah, she's talking about like how she wants like this person to send a dirty picture, but I think she really just wants to see that person's face, which seems like it's more about being alone and lonely and wanting someone to hold you rather than oh, I want your body, like in that kind of way, you know what I mean? And so like it was I like the messaging in it. Like I think it's really interesting, typical of that sad kind of Phoebe genre that she's created for herself. And like I don't know, this one doesn't stick out to me as much as I think as the others. Like it feels more of like oh, I don't want to be alone, or I don't want to be stoned anymore. And like those are I think common sentiments she shared before, like on later tracks, I guess. So I guess maybe this might have been one of the first times she kind of like went that direction. But like I feel like she's had later takes on this type of stuff that I think I like more and are packaged in a way that's more appealing to me. That's not to say that I actively like dislike the song. It just on the first listen is not that memorable to me. I do think it's funny that the name of the song Demi Moore is because someone misheard the lyric stoned anymore, and so people thought it was, oh, stone Demi Moore, don't stone Demi Moore. But then it's funny because like Demi Moore apparently did a like scantily clad or maybe no clad photo shoot, I think in the 90s. I don't know. I don't know Demi Moore as a person, but like it's funny because the song starts about being trying to get some intimate photos. So very interesting, like in that regard. I think that's a cool way to name the song. Track number 5 is Scott Street. Okay, some guitar. Feeling like a stranger in the Alps? Spending money on I earned it? Okay. Do you feel ashamed. Ooh, we added some more percussion. What about the band? They're all getting married. Ooh, growing up. Ooh, I like how we're getting like a slow burn on this track. Is that like a bell for a bike? Ooh, that sounds like a bike horn. Okay. Auxiliary. Okay. So that was Scott Street, and that was a nice chill song. Like, I can see myself vibing to it. It was growing on me, like, as I kept listening to it. Sonically, a good time. I do like, the add-ons of like a lot of percussion, also some auxiliary stuff, some external sounds like the helicopter blades or the like biking sounds. Like, that was kind of interesting and like definitely grabbed my attention as a percussionist. I definitely enjoyed those. Lyrically, the song was, I think, co-written by that drummer we were talking about before on Smoke Signals. And so it seems like it's actually about like an ex relationship that he had at one point, but then it's combined with also like some, talking about former flames of them two, or at least it feels like that way hearing it after the fact. And basically it's like, are you ashamed of like what you did in this relationship? Are you ashamed that you ever had this relationship? Like, are you ashamed of what you did to me in it? Like, so, thinking about like, are there regrets? And I don't know. But it seems with a Don't Be a Stranger at the end that she does want to let this person in, or he wants to let this person into his or her life, because like they still want to have that, like, like, even if they have that like messy history, they still want them in their current life in some capacity, just as friends even. But because obviously having co-writers on this, like, and also just how Phoebe writes as a whole, like, it's sometimes hard to really pinpoint like what the song is actually about, and sometimes it's about a lot of things and not just one thing. So I try my best, but feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Track number 6 is Killer. Piano? Okay. Sometimes I think I'm a killer. Sometimes I think I'm a killer. But I can't sleep next to a body. I can't sleep next to a body? Can the killer in me tame the firefighter in you? I am sick of the chase. Oh my god. There's masculine vocals here as well. Who is that? I'm stupid in love. So even though she hates the chase, she's still stupid in love. There's nothing I can do. So that was Killer, and that was a very sad ballad. I mean, I think that's sadder than Funeral. Like I don't like the medical images of like her lover pulling the plug on her. Like, not a fan. Like, that will probably make it so I probably don't listen to the song very regularly because it just makes me uncomfy. But like, yeah, the song, it's beautiful in terms of like sonic components, and the messages make sense of her feeling like she wants to control her partner, like, in just having that person there. But like, obviously we don't have complete autonomy over other people. Like, why would we? Like, we have autonomy for ourselves, and we can't really control what others do. And so like, she's wondering if the killer in her and her desire to have someone close can tame the fire in her lover or her flame. And like, that represents like their, you know, desire to do other things. So like, you know, I don't know. Sounds like an unhealthy relationship. Sounds like not a fun time, like for either party involved. And it's a very depressing song. It made me real sad. So I'm gonna move on and hope that even though I'm sure the rest of the songs are also gonna be sad, this one hit, and I would like to pretend it doesn't exist right now. Track number 7 is Georgia. Okay. Also pretty mellow. Oh, I spoke too soon a little bit. There's some more percussion here. When he gets older, he might be the one. When he gets older, he might be the one. Oh, it's not the sun like in the sky. It's like the sun like a human. Oh, the percussion here is very experimental. I vibe. Here's my new machine. I dreamt that he drowned. Wow, what is this focus on drowning in this album? Fall and we build. Okay. A cool little number. So that was Georgia, and that was a beautiful song. Like, I like how it built over time. Like, sonically, there's a lot of interesting things going on. Like, it definitely sticks in my head more than some of the other very, like, acoustic songs that were on this record. Lyrically, it seems like it's about her, you know, being infatuated with this guy from when, like, I think both of them were teens, because apparently this originates from like a really early song that she wrote like when she was a teenager, and like she's finding all these qualities and a guy. It kind of gives almost like 15 by Taylor Swift. Like it gives that idea of, you know, that young romance, like anyone you kiss, you know, you're gonna get married to. And so I think that's a very interesting thing. I also like that I kind of like thought it was the sun like in the sky versus like, you know, a guy, because like apparently there's, you know, the references of the shoreline, references of like, you know, the dream that he drowned, like, you know, the sun setting over the horizon, like into the ocean. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of interesting things to unpack here. I would love to hear your thoughts, because I think there's a lot of metaphor in this that I'm definitely missing. But it definitely is a very enjoyable song. I enjoy listening to it, and I enjoy vibing to it, and I think I'm excited to listen to it again. Track number 8 is Chelsea. Acoustic, but has a different vibe to it. For a chemical imbalance, you sure know how to ride a train? What? They're just pretty words, my dear. Reassurance. I will always be right here. This is like a family relationship. I stumbled right into the love I found. Okay. Oh, the da-da-da. I love that. I heard the title Chelsea. I have no idea what it means. I won't be home with you tonight. Oh, there's a lot going on now. Oh, that was an interesting way to fade us out. So that was Chelsea, and that was a very interesting song. Lyrically, I'll start there, because like I just read it and it was very interesting. Apparently it's about this woman named Nancy. I believe she was a musician, but she died in the Chelsea hotel, as a most likely as a result of her then boyfriend at the time. I don't recall what his name was. He's not important, except for, you know, he probably killed her, which is, you know, important in that sense, but his name's not really that important. You know, we're not giving him notoriety. But anyway, there's the idea that, you know, like she's kind of singing this like song as a response after her death. But also like it could also be, it's been theorized that there might have been like an attempt for them to die together that didn't pan out because he's still alive. I think at least at that time he was still alive. I don't know when this took place. It was a while ago. So maybe he's not, but maybe he is. But like it could also be like that idea that they were supposed to go together, but nope, they won't be together tonight, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think I'm explaining it probably pretty poorly, but that's like the gist of it. Yeah, so it's a very interesting song. It doesn't really have to do with Phoebe at all, but it is a very interesting way that Phoebe has woven this story. I think it's also very interesting, especially in this weaving, that she says that people in the future will either like romanticize us, make us more or less than what we were. Like people will, continue speculating what really happened with them and like, exaggerating it or downplaying it or looking down on them and not really knowing the truth of what the relationship was. The only two people who will know are him and her, and she is no longer with us. He might be with us again, I still don't know, but like, so it seems like there is that general sense of like, oh, they'll really never know, but you don't really get to say how people talk about you after you're no longer here. Sonically, it is like it's definitely an acoustic song. It's very chill in terms of production. There are some moments that I think I said shifted, but like it definitely didn't grab me as much as some of the other songs on here. I think listening to it more isolated with headphones will do me some good. I think, sometimes when I listen to all these albums and have to pause and talk about them, it makes me a lot more tired while listening to them. And so hearing a song that is on the more quieter side, like doesn't really necessarily grab me necessarily as often on the first listen. Track number 9 is Would You Rather. Okay, chill acoustic vibes again. You'd always say that you prefer to drown over like getting burned. Is that Connor? Okay, this part's like kind of interesting. Different melody than I thought. That still like startles me. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Better Oblivion Community Center. So that was Would You Rather, and wow, that was an interesting song. I didn't expect Connor to come in there because like it didn't say that he was going to come in there, but it was very clearly, yeah, he's there. And so this feels very much like I felt like I got transported to a different reaction video of like Better Oblivion Community Center. It sounds very much like that rather than, it feels very much like that rather than like her actual debut. Like I feel like we got transported. But like it is a beautiful song. Lyrically it's about her brother, I think, and like how they, survived like domestic abuse together and like how they made it out and are now living better lives as a result, that they work together, they stuck it through, they're there for each other. And that's a beautiful sentiment. Like even though like the song is, about like not good things happening to them, like it is like I guess a little more cheery than, some of these other songs that are on this record. I was not expecting Connor to come in, as I just said, and I think my speaker's doing me dirty because it felt very much like it had gotten like mixed like weirdly in that like she's all the way over there and he's all the way right there. Like the volumes on them, like he felt really loud. Maybe just because I wasn't expecting it. It felt very much like the first time that people were hearing Coney Island on Taylor Swift's Evermore, or even like the first time people heard Exile featuring Bon Iver on Folklore. I know I'm making so many Taylor Swift references today, but like I feel like they're apt today because like it feels very much like oh, I didn't expect there to be like some deeper vocals on this track. And like, especially given that it was uncredited, at least on Spotify, like I was very much not expecting it. But I think I like it. I think I'll enjoy the song more, and like I'll vibe to it more now that I know I'm getting in for, and I'll probably sound more better mixed in headphones. Track number 10 is You Missed My Heart. This song is 7 minutes, so it's going to be a test of my endurance. I asked him nicely once to pack his things and go. I asked him nicely to pack his things and go. This time pulled out my sheath. This time pulled out my sheath. Oh, this is a violent encounter. He said you missed my heart. You said you missed my heart? Like when she stabbed him? His last words were, you missed my heart. Oh. It's not straight. Oh, she missed her heart. She didn't say that's what she missed. Oh, police. Oh, now she's the one who's about to move on. She's saying, you missed my heart. She's talking about, like, I think where she gets buried or where she gets sent off. I don't know. So that was You Missed My Heart, and that's apparently a cover song, which, you know, like, is, like, cool. Like, she can do covers. They don't hit as much. Like, it's very clear a little bit to me after the fact and, like, reading that it's not, like, a Phoebe song. Like, I mean, she made it, like, in her style, for sure, but it's also, like, just, like, whatever the last song on the Better Off Living Community Center record, like, it felt very much like that. This one does hit different because, like, you know, it's about, oh, she's gonna kill a man, and then she has a lover, and then, like, she dies when she's getting hunted by the police for killing. So, like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's a chill song, like, sonically. And, like, it's also very long. I mean, I was, like, captivated the whole time, but I don't know if I'd listen to this song for, like, fun. Like, I don't know if Phoebe's music can be classified as songs you listen to for fun, but, like, I don't think, it's not something I relate to much at all because I have not killed anyone. You can put me on the record for saying I have not killed anyone. I have no intention of killing anyone. And so, like, I don't know. It's not the song that, like, hits the same for me. I like that, even though in a cover, and I believe it's by, I don't know who it's by, but I think the speaker is male. So, like, it doesn't get to be non-straight, which is unfortunate. But I like that she didn't change it in singing it, so that's appreciated. I also do like the wordplay of the You Miss My Heart. Like, you miss talking about my heart, like the forgetting to mention the lover's heart. But then, like, also, like, you tried to kill me, and you did, but, like, you didn't hit me in the heart. Like, you didn't really, like, I don't know, do it as decisively as you could have. And so that's very interesting, and it's something I want to ponder more. But it's also, again, it's not a Phoebe lyric, which, like, I don't want to, like, say I'm dismissing covers, but I guess it's less that I can't analyze the psyche of Phoebe in this song because it's not hers. Track number 11, last track on this album, Smoke Signals Reprise. It's also just over 30 seconds, so it's pretty short. Okay, this is chill strumming. Is it almost a ukulele? Is she just humming? Was there nothing else on that? Oh, Smoke Signals Reprise, and that was her humming and playing, like, on a different type of guitar, like the beginning, like, chords slash melody of, like, the first song, Smoke Signals. It might be, like, nice to help you get back into the album after, you know, the speaker got killed in You Missed My Heart, so that you can prepare to listen to it again if you're feeling so sad that you want to listen to Phoebe Bridgers, and specifically this album, for more than 45 minutes. it doesn't on its own do much for me, but I think it makes sense only really in replay. I don't know. I feel like there's a decisive end on You Missed My Heart that I don't think you really need this 30 seconds to like end the album per se. But I guess it's a nice way to bookend it. I don't know. That's Phoebe's decision, not mine. I don't think I'll listen to it much at all, like ever. With that, we have finished this album, and wow, sad. I have to go to class after this, so like, hopefully, I actually know we're not talking about anything that's really like happy in that class either, so it'll be pretty sad too. But I mean, it's the vibe. It's Phoebe. What did you expect? What did I expect? I expected sadness, and I got sadness. So there we go. She definitely knows how to move a person who's listening. I will say like that some of these songs might sound better by themselves, or also like if I'm listening to this album all the way through without stopping and talking about it, because I think it makes you sit with it. Like if I'm talking about it, it makes you sit with the sadness for longer. And sadness is not an emotion I like to personally experience in large doses. And so I feel like this has been like a weight for longer than it's intended to be, than even Phoebe's trying to make it be. So like, yeah, like it has a sonic message, and it definitely emotionally touches you because there's so much like death and suffering and depression in it. I think the songs that really stick out to me are the ones that are going to have those percussionists, the ones that are a little more up tempo, even if they are still depressing. Like I love depressing songs, but like I think they gotta have like a less like solemn groove to them. I love the deceptively upbeat sad songs. Like those are a good time. Like right now I've been listening to a lot of Townie from Mitski's Bury Me at Makeout Creek, and so like that's where I'm at. Like, you know, still really sad and depressing and like referencing death and harm, but like you can do it almost like in a like, oh well, like, and that's how I feel like it's about, especially about motion sickness. I feel that, and there's a couple other songs on here that I feel like that, but I think overall I don't think I'll regularly listen to this album all the way through because it's very sad. It's very like slow in a lot of parts, and that's just not typically the groove I go to. And that's not saying that it's a bad album. It's definitely a very strong start from her, but I'm really glad that she's evolved into a lot of different sonic directions to tell like these similar stories, because I think it makes it more captivating, more interesting, makes her more interesting as an artist, and more listenable and able to be incorporated into my regular listening, if that makes sense. With that said, here are some of my favorites of the top tier, the songs I love, the ones that stand out, the ones I'll play over and over again. Songs in the middle are songs I like. I'll add them to my playlist, but they might not be the top of the top. And then songs at the bottom are just not really my thing. Doesn't mean they're a bad song, doesn't mean they can't be your favorite song. It just means it's probably not for me, and that's okay. Again, sad songs aren't always my style, especially the slow ones. And so, like, that's cool. We can have our own opinions. It's all good. If you like this video, please like it, comment down below. Would you like me to react or listen to next? Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Just smile big, open your eyes. It's storming turtles, it's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Just smile big,